From Cape Town to downtown Johannesburg, the election boards are up. A big turnout is expected at thousands of voting stations across the country, like this one in Berario in the Johannesburg suburbs. Now, the municipal elections are always a good time for the political parties to engage in a little bit of tub thumping. Now, this time around, more than 4 million South Africans are expected to vote for a record 10,000 candidates. But as far as business is concerned, does anyone care who runs the municipalities? There are strong indications that business is watching this election closely. Langa Sangoni runs this recycling business in Johannesburg. For years, entrepreneurs like him have been lucky to survive recession and rising costs. Now they want help.
If you don't have the basic services happening, small businesses like ours don't have the capacity to fill that gap. And you find a lot of strain coming onto our businesses, as a result of things like that. So effective service delivery, and basically on the regulation side as well, make it easy, lower the red tape in terms of compliance, around small businesses. That would actually be my vote, for the coming elections.
I think they want to see a good running city which attracts investors from overseas.
Anna Cox has been writing about the city of Johannesburg for 18 years for the Star newspaper. The ANC-run city has 2 million voters, nearly half of the total in the land. She has written many stories about how tough life has been for businesses in Africa's richest city, a city where strikes cause havoc and infrastructure is groaning, where an accident-prone new municipal billing system has sent bills for millions out to Johannesburg business people expected to be charged mere thousands.
The billing system is another big thing which has affected businesses very badly. We get buildings of big businesses which are being disconnected because of incorrect bills. Lots of having to shut down basically for days.
At the point of implementation, we had post-implementation challenges. I certainly would concede that we didn't communicate the matters very well in relation to the fact that we are implementing a new system. There's likely to be teething problems. This is how we'd be dealing with them and continuously updating the residents of Joburg that we're doing that. At this point, we have stabilized the situation.
As the head of finance for the city, Parks Tau was the father of the billing system. Now he is tipped to rise to the top of the city of Johannesburg's imposing high-rise building as the new mayor.
The city is poised for growth. It is run by a municipality that is committed to facilitating growth and development, that has built close relationships with the private sector. We have various fora that enable us to have direct interface with the private sector, and through this fora we would be able to ensure that the municipality addresses whatever challenges business face.
The election race in Cape Town is expected to be a keenly contested one. Cape Town is ruled by a coalition, and contesting parties are courting business in the scramble for votes.
And we've got an enormous challenge in cross-subsidizing services for the poor and the very poor. So we have to balance it out and in trying to ensure that we're attracting and growing business, but at the same time providing decent basic services to very poor people. So what people can be sure of is that there won't be any corruption, that we will use every cent of our budget for the purpose that it is intended for, and that we will try and create an enabling environment for small business. We've got a long way to go.
We have a strong policy focus on that area, and we would be doing things, for instance, like ensuring that capital raising is made easier for small businesses, ensuring that red tape and bureaucracy is limited, and thirdly, ensuring that those businesses that we think have potential to become world leaders are supported, mentored and nurtured.
We are trying to bring back South Africa where it ought to be on a level of viability in international terms, which means to take some pain now to get the country competitive, to be able to gain in the second stage of development. The welfare state is not sustainable. There is a middle class of about 4 million taxpayers subjected to some of the highest tax burdens in the world.
Back in Johannesburg, a sign of how business and the municipalities can work together. These inner-city enclaves were rebuilt and tidied up by private money. The council approves the idea and business pays a levy.
More and more people around the city are actually applying to be turned into business improvement districts. And I think that's how business is actually contributing their own, they're making their own contribution in uplifting the city.
There are two sides to this story. Is this a healthy partnership between City Hall and private business? Or is this a sign of private money giving up on the City Council fixing up the streets? People will be able to express their opinion to the ballot box on issues like this come May the 18th.